Hello, welcome back to my channel. Antoinette here. I'm going to do VR to Christa Chronicles, and this is the hashtag decks with side quests. Correct writing is obviously down below in the description, so feel free to take a look down there, and I'll link Christa's original video. And the basis of this, she was going through her own collection and picking out decks that have brought in other aspects of learning, or decks that have a separate kind of aspect of learning alongside the tarot. I think I've got that right. So I'm starting with the Enchanted Spell Oracle from the lovely Priestess Moon. It's a rock pool deck. I have a number of this person's decks, and I actually really like what she produces. So if you're wondering about these decks, I highly recommend them. So the Enchanted Spell Oracle, so it's about kind of medieval hedge witch magic. So it teaches me a couple of things. So it teaches me about charms and spells, kind of more natural based, nature based. And it's an oracle, so it's not a tarot, okay, which is fairly evident right now, isn't it? But it links to, so you've got magical cycles, you've got plants in here, and it's the plants really, I suppose. It teaches me about plants, it teaches me about some of the traditions linked to the trees and the plants that are in here. So we have ivy, representing wisdom. This one is wishes. What do we have here? Can't quite read it. Cinnamon, does that say cinnamon? Cloves. So you've got combinations, how to make combination spells with the different things in here. So it teaches me a few things: practice, being in touch with nature, being aware of nature, and being aware of trees that are around me as well. This isn't the only tree deck I have. I have another tree oracle, which is just trees, and that one obviously links specifically into that, but from a guidebook. So here we are, just so you have something to look at. So here we have about the ash. So it tells us that the tree is associated with inspiration and imagination. Its wood is deceptively robust for such a graceful species, and we have more information about it there. We have the symbolism on the card and what we're looking at. Then we have divination, so working with it from a divinatory perspective. And then here's nice things. So you have an ash amulet, how to make an amulet out of some ash wood in the natural setting. So obviously you'd want a piece of ash wood that has fallen from the tree, so a branch on the floor to do this. And it tells you there's another bit there. So that's what I like about this deck. So that is the Enchanted Spell Oracle. I don't see this one very often from people, but it's got good keywords on it. It's got some very nice keywords on the bottom. And the artwork, as I say, I do like the artwork. She has a new deck out recently that is on my list to purchase. It's there. I will be getting it, about poisonous plants. So I quite look forward to getting that one. So that's number one. So staying with this, then moving into the plant theme. I have this one. The artwork's beautiful, but from, I don't know, there's just stuff in here it doesn't hit the mark for me, this one, but it's a beautiful deck. I did try using it to build keywords when I did the Deacon Walk last year. So it's plants. So you have your herbal aspects of your plants. It tells you how to use them, but it also has the astrology linked into it. So it was kind of finding out which plants link to which astrological symbols. But then I turned out not to use it that way at all because personal reasons. So there's that one. But it's a gorgeous deck, and she's got another deck out which is equally as beautiful, striking. So I'm on the fence as to whether I'd buy it because of my experience now with this one. And then we have this one, the Magical Botanical Oracle, which I have bought specifically. So there's the backs. So this one is specifically for the plants in here. And you see I've written on the cards, so I don't have to look in the book. So put the book away. But this one teaches you about the magical aspects. So once I've kind of learned these plants and I'm more familiar with them, I will then pull out the book and I'll use it just as a book for reference rather than to work with the cards for readings. So as I've set it now, this should give me, I should be able to use this for readings, not pull the book out. And then I do like bleeding hearts. Got 2 in the garden at the moment. So you have your astrological symbols on here as well. So this is about opening your heart to release all your pain, bleeding heart. So I think, that makes sense if you're pulling it for a card reading. So I haven't used this for a while, actually. I really should. And the book is huge. So it's a low Scarabeo deck, really, really thick, chunky book. And it does have quite a bit of information. So for the fly agaric, there you go. You have your Latin name, your planets, your element, which is on the card. Yeah. You have your magical meaning. You have the plant spirit medicine. You get your divination meaning and reversed divination meaning. And then there's an affirmation. I am part of the enchanted world. And you get the next one. It goes like that throughout the book. So when you want to get into the magical meanings of the card to work with them, so the hellebore is potent poison, warning us of nature by burning the mouth when consumed and burning skin when its sap is touched. So what a lovely plant, hellebore. So yeah, so there's also a lot of plant magic and plant knowledge in that book. So when I'm ready to explore it deeper, that is there for me. So coming from this realm of family is the Making Magic Oracle. How do I get into this? There we are. From Priestess Moon, another rock pool deck. This one comes in a small version as well, for those that are wondering. So this is one that I really like because I use this one to work with symbols and sigils, to get me into working with symbols and sigils. And it has some history in the book, which is why I have this particular deck, because I liked the kind of historical aspects to the symbols, so I knew where they were coming from, and also the ones that were created by Priestess Moon herself that are in here as well. It tells you how she got to those. So these are really nice to just use to put down, put them on your table, meditate on them. You can use them if you want to focus on a specific thing. So if you need to focus on, bringing insight to yourself, then you could use that as your meditation card. You can pop it out, put it around so it reminds you that you're channeling this symbol to bring you insight. Persevering if you need it, if you want to commune with the goddess. If you need to be on target for something, so if you have a deadline that you need to be on target for, then you can obviously process your energy into that. And you've got your elements in there as well. So you could also put the elements out around the altar to simplify your altars, your sun, if you're after luxuries. So yeah, that's that one. And this one actually links to the unicorn deck, which is the other deck that I have. And in the unicorn deck, it has these symbols. So you can then link the unicorn deck to the symbols in here, and you can put the 2 decks together and work together, which is also a really fun way of collabing with the decks. So this one has in the book, so we've got a few spreads, there we go. So symbol history, divination, and how to manifest your dreams with this. So suggestions on doing that, working with the symbol. So tree of life, history, divination, manifesting your dreams. So before going to sleep each night, consciously connect with your higher self, visualize what your perfect day would look like, and start by visualizing streams of light energy from your crown chakra going into the universe, and ask your guides and angels to raise your light and body vibration. Working with the tree of life. So yeah, that one is a really nice one for learning, getting a grounding in working with sigils and symbols, and then from there you may choose to start making your own and creating your own. But I think that's a really it's a real gem of a deck, that one actually. Again, another one that you don't hear a lot about. Okay, working with the body, energy archaeology. So the side quest in this one is the bones, the body. So it is based on the anatomy of the body. I haven't brought the books out for these. I do apologise. So this one is Ashley Stinson and Kelly Finan. And it's a indie deck. So what website did I go to? It's ashleystinson.com if you want to look up this deck. So we have, this one is the right foot, and the right foot is linked to activating. And then these cards do link together, just like the song with the knee bone connects to the thigh bone. So your clavicles, it's about being opening up. Also, when it comes to pain, these cards can be interesting to use. I haven't quite managed to tap into them from that perspective, but in the book that gives a lot more information. So if you have tension in your body, and you can find which part of the card here relates to the tension in your body, you can then read up in the book, and it can give you some guidance on how to release the tension in your body in that area. It might tell you what things might cause tension in that part of your body, and it might be something that you're not aware of even. So you can then look to focus on healing that part of your body through, whether that's painkillers, massage, stretching, seeing a doctor, whatever it is that you need to go and do. So there's your scapula. So yeah, my scapula is often on fire, which is interesting there. So that's a good one. But your fingers, particular fingers, your third finger for power. So that's another lovely deck. It comes with this soft edging on this one. So Energy, Archaeology, Oracle deck. Heavy learning. Tarot of Holy Light, heavy learning. Again, this has a very big book, 2 very big books actually. And this one is the artwork. I just love the artwork. This artwork is amazing. My brain is not able to take it all in anymore. I would have once upon a time been able to tell you everything in this card. I can't anymore. I can't even remember the first thing about stuff I've read, unless I've written it around the sides. But just these bits of symbolism, because these are linked to things, and that's what fascinates me. The artwork for sort of scientific pictures are so beautiful compared to what we have today. And that's what this deck does for me. So it's a fascinating look into this ancient, I'm calling it ancient because it's more than 100 years old, isn't it? Ancient imagery, scientific imagery. It takes us through various other things as well, but really it's the pictures and their hidden meanings, their hidden esotericisms. So this is more of an esoteric deck than you might think, but equally it's an easy read pip deck as well. So following Christine Payne-Towler's journey through this deck. So this is from norabrownfield.com. If you're looking to buy this deck, it's the only place you can get it, I think. It comes in possibly two sizes. I'm not sure if one's bordered and one's borderless. Obviously I have the bordered version. So this one is a massive, this is a couple years long side quest into the artwork, the imagery, the esotericism, and learning about it. But it's from a very different perspective to a lot of the other esoteric knowledge that we get from general decks. So this has a very different slant to it altogether. So that's that one. More artwork. Serpent and Peacock. So this book tells us about the art. So this is all medieval art. The book tells us more about the art if we want to look into it. And I have the art book that goes with this as well, which tells me more about the imagery in the cards from the artist than how to read with the cards. So yes, I have 2 books. This one comes in the box. This is your kind of readings. And then I have another book separate to this that's in my bookshelf. I don't think I really need to talk too much about this one, do I? Although, at the time of filming this, on the 21st of June, there is a Kickstarter that's only running for 3 weeks with another limited edition run of tarot decks called Paul's Moon from Libra Moon, which it went live last night at the time of the start of the solstice. Was it moonrise for Libra Moon or sunrise for Libra Moon? Because we're on different time zones, so I forget where she started it. Because for me it was bedtime, so it was moonrise for me. So it went live then, and so it's available It's a beautiful deck. It's different imagery to this, but it's still medieval imagery, but it's alternative imagery to the cards. So I can't wait to get that. It sounds like it's on a butter finish, so it sounds like it might be like this deck on this finished cardstock, but go and read up on it. And it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous deck, limited edition. Can't wait to get hold of it, have a look through it, play with it, see what it looks like against this one. And I've also ordered a few other items from her shop online. So again, my type of imagery. I do have all three of these decks because I like them so much. So it's that one, and the final one, literature based. Poe. What have we got there? Oh, that was a reading. So this one teaches me more about Edgar Poe than I knew. So we have quotes from his writing. So some I know, some I don't know. And the beautiful part about this is if I really like the quote and I want to look at it, although this one, well, actually, let's check before I say something funny. So card 21, the world. So you have your insights and your keywords, your upright and your reversed, and then it's at the back. Card 21, the world, is from A Dream Within a Dream, written in 1849. So I could go and find that piece of text, and then I could have the whole poem, although I'm sure there's bits of it throughout this whole deck, along with the Raven, which is the more famous one I think that most of us probably know, but it's certainly the one that I knew of. And other aspects of the writing I probably do know, but was never really familiar with, or don't know the entire writings or readings. But that's what this one does. This one has allowed me to learn more about Edgar Allan Poe and his writings, and then see, if I ultimately want to purchase, I don't know, some books of his, rather than wasting time doing so. So it's given me that ability to make that decision. I really, really like this deck. I love the way the book's done. I have heard people not like it so much because I don't like the way the book's done, but actually I like that. I like the fact that it's not got a bunch of writing about this poem in there. I can just see what I want, and I can go to the back, and then I can go and Google, anything further that I want to do to study the deck. I don't think every deck has to have a book with every item of information in it always, because either way, you never please everyone, do you? So some people say yes, some people say no. There's a famous one. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word did he outpour. So yeah, and this actually prompted me to go and buy the book. It's a very thin book with the Raven poem in it. So that's the only Poe readings that I have at the moment. And I've been umming and ahhing about some other tales from him. But so far it has inspired me to purchase, because I do like poetry, a book. I took the insert to the box out because it was driving me bonkers, threw it away. So that is the Poe Tarot. Those are the decks that have inspired me to learn more on side quests, or a complete side quest if you like, because I may not use them always as they're intended. I may just use them for that flash of inspiration. I hope you enjoyed that. Until the next one, take care. Bye bye.